Imagine a world where one simple invention could have changed everything: your energy bills, the way we travel, even the way we live, but it never reached you. Today, we uncover the story of a brilliant invention so revolutionary that it could have reshaped entire industries, only to be buried by the very companies that stood to lose the most. Throughout history, humanity has been driven forward by genius minds, inventors who dared to dream of a better world. Some ideas became the foundation of our modern civilization. Others, however, were too powerful, too threatening, and were suppressed before they could see the light. These inventions weren't failures. They were blocked, ignored, or bought out, often disappearing into obscurity. One such story begins in the early 20th century. Inventors were experimenting with free energy, alternative fuels, and groundbreaking machinery that could have replaced conventional electricity or fuel sources. Imagine a machine that could transmit energy wirelessly across cities. Imagine cars that could run without gasoline, or engines that required no oil, no coal, no fuel at all. These weren't science fiction ideas. They were meticulously tested, documented, and proven in small-scale experiments. Yet, despite clear evidence of their potential, these inventions were systematically buried. Powerful corporations, often referred to as the energy or industrial cartels of their time, saw these ideas not as solutions, but as threats. Imagine the billions of dollars invested in coal, oil, electricity grids, and mechanical infrastructure. Suddenly, a small, elegant invention could render all of it obsolete. The implications were enormous, and for many companies, unacceptable. Take, for example, the story of Nikola Tesla and his experiments with wireless electricity. Tesla envisioned a world powered freely through the natural energy of the earth. Lamps could glow without wires, factories could operate without fuel, and energy would be accessible to everyone. Tesla demonstrated his ideas, even lighting devices wirelessly in his labs. But the project was never fully funded. The Wardenclyffe Tower, a key component of his vision, was dismantled, and many of his papers vanished. Was it incompetence? Or was it deliberate sabotage by corporations that feared the end of their empires? The story doesn't end there. Throughout the 20th century, countless other inventors experienced the same fate. From over-unity machines, devices that produced more energy than they consumed, to revolutionary engines that ran on water or air, the pattern was always the same. The inventors were ignored, ridiculed, or offered buyouts with strict non-disclosure agreements. The world never got to see the fruits of their genius. Some of these ideas were ahead of their time. Materials science wasn't advanced enough. Batteries were primitive. Electric grids and infrastructure were not prepared for such disruptive technology. Yet in many cases, the inventions worked in principle. There are even documented cases where prototypes lit entire neighborhoods, powered vehicles, or generated electricity from thin air. And yet, the corporations controlled the narrative, labeling these inventors as cranks or visionaries who failed. Why does this matter today? Because the suppression of these inventions shaped the world we live in. We became reliant on fossil fuels. We became dependent on centralized energy systems. We pay for resources that could have been free. And innovation slowed, not because of lack of ideas, but because some ideas were too threatening to profit-driven systems. But even though the world never saw these inventions fully realized, the legacy remains. Inventors inspired by Tesla, Moray, Bearden, and others are quietly experimenting in labs, trying to unlock the same principles. Open-source energy projects, DIY free energy machines, and advanced renewable research all trace their roots back to these forgotten innovations. This story is a reminder that progress is not always linear, and that genius alone is not enough. Sometimes, the forces of money, power, and influence can shape which technologies survive. It's also a call to remain curious, to question the accepted narrative, to wonder what else has been hidden from us, waiting for someone brave enough to rediscover it. The genius idea that big companies killed might never have changed the past, but it continues to inspire the future. Every breakthrough we achieve today stands on the shoulders of forgotten inventors, visionaries whose ideas were suppressed, stolen, or ignored. And maybe, just maybe, one of these suppressed inventions will finally see the light of day, changing our lives forever. If you enjoyed this story of hidden genius and suppressed inventions, hit the like button, comment below what invention you wish had existed today, and subscribe for more stories that the world tried to hide from you.